Alright, so today we're getting into MATLAB lesson 3. This is from your unit 3, so you should be able to find these problems that we're doing in there. Of course, we're getting into activity 1 for projectile motion, activity 2 for position versus time graphs, and activity 3 for velocity components. Before we go into MATLAB, we are going to review of course, your concepts. You should review your curvilinear motion, position in two-dimensional plane, and of course your velocity components in x and y, your projectile motion concept, and then your uniform circular motion. And of course, this is very important to review your centripetal acceleration. And make sure you get at least the definition for your curvilinear motion. I'm not going to go over everything again like in lecture. I'm just going to give it to you which one to review, so you kind of understand how to relate the equation, back to the concept. Of course, we're going to plot. We will calculate, define the curvilinear motion, and then we're going to plot the motion in the 2D, plane, which is XY plane. And of course, we're going to model a projectile path, so you can see the projectile motion path and how an object or a particle moves on it, And then, of course, we will model the circular motion. I'm teaching you how to do MATLAB, so this is a very, very important skill in every engineering sector, field that we learn. All of us, we know how to do MATLAB, and of course, Python. Python is really, really important. It can do many things. Of course, there are many other languages that we use, but there's two major, MATLAB and Python. Minitab, of course, there are three major basic languages and programs that you truly, truly need to know if you wanna stay in our world. There are people who don't know them either, but they don't really survive long. And if they do, they kind of just write on other people. Anyway, so calculate, how to calculate the centripetal acceleration by using this program MATLAB. And of course, so we're going to interpret the graphs. Of course, one thing good about graphs is you can be able to visualize the motion, And that's why we use a MATLAB to simulate to see them. Of course, rectilinear. I'm just gonna do a little review. Straight line, at least this one you're gonna remember. Curvilinear, curved motion. 2D, your x position, y position. Projectile motion, curved because it goes, like that. And then of course your gravity is gonna affect only the vertical direction. Let me see my drawing and just give you this. Projectile, going like that, of course circular motion like this. Anyway, they're all curved motion. Get back to my cursor. And don't forget your circular motion curves because direction keeps changing, and where your centripetal acceleration is really, really important. So let's get into the next slide. So what you're going to do is you are going to create the new script. So you will open your MATLAB Online. So one moment, let me go ahead and open. Of course, after you open, you are going to, let me make it small so you can see it. You can be able to make a new script, So right now, let me close everything because I already programmed to cut the time when I record, anyway, so this one, what you're gonna do is you usually, click on this new script, and you're gonna have an untitled. All you have to do is just go ahead and save, and this is where you are going to put this name. So all you have to do is just make sure you put your name and then of course go back to your thing, and then you put it in here, and then you save it. Okay, right now I'm not going to save it because I already have it. The only thing that is different for you is you're going to have to put your name on it. Okay, so once you finish it, you will be typing. Okay, I prefer you type, so that way you kind of understand what's going on. But of course, in class, if you want to copy, and paste it, you can do that too. So we can be able to see all the code, and this is your comment. Okay, so we're just commenting, and comment will always be in blue, sorry, in green color. And this is with clearing everything. Okay, so of course, make sure you follow all of this all the way down to this slide. Okay, so slide number 13 is going to give you the display. This is where we print, okay, the answer. And then we, of course, we plot the graph so we can be able to see it. Okay, and here is your XY plane that we program. Okay, and here, of course, you can be able to see this is, we always clear the command window and everything, so, and close everything that is open in your MATLAB, so that way you get a clean, okay, and clear, of course, workspace for you to do it. And then we start putting in the gravity 9.8, yeah, your velocity, and then your height. See like how we put in. So this is just showing you the percent, meaning it's just a comment what that is. So we know that G is the gravity, Vx is the horizontal velocity, of course an H is going to be initial height, and we don't have a such script and like that, so we understand that this is velocity, of course, for X. Okay, and X mean like the X-axis, we are in the 2D dimensional world. Okay, so this is the percent time to hit the ground, and of course your projectile, we already know it is definitely going like that, and at one point you're going to hit the ground. Okay, and this is what we're drawing that. Okay, all right, and let me go back to my cursor. Yeah, we program it as a square. Yeah, this is a square root. SQ for square, and RT is the root, and of course you have two brackets. 2 times h divided by g is going to give you the time that you hit the ground. And then of course we are going to program the line. Okay, line in SPACE is just a vector, so we go you're going to have like the 0 in one axis, your time to hit the second axis, and then of course we have this 100, okay, for the space. And that's just giving the, I would say, space, okay, and for our projectile motion to plot. So make sure, of course, this is a time vector drawing in a three-dimensional, okay, space. We call it just a space. And of course, we are going to put in x-axis is this, okay, your velocity and the time. Y-axis is your height, and then of course your gravity, and then the time. So therefore, we can be able to visualize the motion of the projectile, and we plot it. Okay, don't forget your plot, your command X label, Y label, so you get the pretty nice X and Y label on your graph. And then we're going with a width of 2 on your XY, okay, plot. Try to learn how to read the code, okay? So here is just a label, and that label go to Y-axis, and the unit is in meter. Your title, now the command, the title will go there, and as long as you don't have this little feet symbol, okay, your prime, okay, we call it prime or the apostrophe. Okay, if you don't have it, it won't show up. And then the alright, this a semicolon is also very important to close it. Otherwise, your MATLAB is not going to read it. And then of course you're going to display the result by using the f command. And then of course the structure is always the same. Your bracket, end it and close it with the semicolon. And then of course we're going to frame it with the prime, little prime, the initial prime, and then of course the closing prime. And of course this is showing you what to print. Okay, we want to print time to hit the ground, and of course that is going to be t hit. So this t hit is going to calculate with this equation and then give you the answer. and we will print it out to here. Okay, so anyway, that is the code of that, and then of course you can run it. If you run it, it is going to show you, okay, your graph like this. Okay, so right now I already put figure 2 and 3 right in there. The very first one you're gonna get figure 1 only. Okay, so up to here will give you only the figure 1. Okay, and that is definitely look like the projectile is going up, and then of course come here, and then your distance, horizontal distance, is what you're calculating. Okay, and then of course your vertical position is going to be there. And then of course we want to calculate, okay, the next one is the position and time is what we want, because we definitely need to know the position of the particle or object. And then of course we want to know the time, so we will plot that. The same thing this time, we will plot time and position. And then of course we will write, okay, what to write on the x and the y axis. So x is going to get the time and y is going to get the y position. And then the title is going to be vertical position versus time. Of course, then we draw it, and you will end up getting figure 2, and then of course a figure 3. Okay, so here is the figure 2 showing you the position and the time. And then we can go back to the real simulation, and you can see vertical, okay, position, vertical position versus time, your position, your time. And then figure 2 is going to give you your position and the time. Okay, of course here we can also see the result. It will take about 2.02 seconds. The horizontal distance, we want 30.30 meters. Okay, in that, in a very short amount of, in 2 seconds it went there. Okay, so therefore this is going to be your simulation, okay, for your projectile motion. Alright, then we will get into the velocity component. And then of course I want you to name it like the lesson 3 projectile motion 2 in your MATLAB. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna go ahead and close it, or I can open, this is your file 2. Okay, and the same thing, what you're gonna do is you will program, okay, so one moment. You are gonna program, it went off. You're gonna program the same thing, velocity component. You're gonna program the figure and plot the time, and the, of course, velocity, horizontal velocity versus the time is what we want to print or plot. We also want to do vertical velocity. See, okay, so we have two graph that we want to print. Okay, so we do the same thing, and then of course we run it, okay, after program, and you will be getting additional figure. Yes, 4 and 5. That's because I didn't close mine. Yes, if you close it, you will get only 2, of course, if you run it. Right now I'm just running, so first I run this file, and second I run that file. So my figures are starting from the figure 1 right there, okay? It's just going, but it's the same thing. You just have to make sure that your second file is in the same folder with your first file, okay? Otherwise it won't work, because your second MATLAB file is depending on the first. Okay, so make sure that you run the 2 files in the same folder. You don't necessarily need to write the code in the same file. If you just want to copy and paste it in the first file instead of making a second one, that is okay too. Okay, so whichever way you want to do is fine. Okay, that's it for this week. Okay, so it's really short and sweet, and of course we will get into activity 4 on Thursday.